How you guys doing today? I'm NiiNiiFC, this is Bluelions TV, and welcome to another pre-match show. Apologies for it being so long. You guys, internet's been a myth right now. I don't know what's been wrong with my signal, but when you use like a program like OBS, you've got to have a very stable internet to be able to do it justice. So it's annoying because I was hoping to have it right on time when the lineup was announced, but better late than never, eh? You guys, before I get into anything, as you can see to the left of me, today's video is brought to you by the One Football app. There is going to be a link in the description. You guys back it every time. Thank you. This is why I keep getting deals with One Football, and this is why it helps me do what I'm doing on the channel. So, guys, man, really appreciate it. As I keep saying, though, if you're down, if you want to help support me, in the link below, there's going to be a link to the app. The app's getting better, you guys. You know, they've announced a partnership now where they can show La Liga games live. Of course, it's going to cost $2.99 to watch the game. I can imagine in the future it's only going to get better. It's only going to improve. I wouldn't be surprised to see subscription packages there, but if you guys want the La Liga fix, because it's not here on any British television, you can get that through the One Football app. You guys, there's benefits of getting it. But enough talking about that, getting straight into the lineup. Oops, my bad. As you guys can see here, but let me just sort that thing out here. Boom. That sorted it. Yeah, I mean, this lineup, it makes quite a bit of sense. Let's be serious. I mean, Aretha Balaga, of course, Kepa's going to be in goal. Obviously, Ruben's going to be rested for this game today. Good to see Emerson retain his place. It means that Sarri has faith in the guy. And I know that Emerson wasn't, like, super amazing against Liverpool. I thought that, you know, he put in effort, he tried. And I'm not going to lie, you guys, Salah is on a full madness right now. Did you not see how he was moving to Alaba against Bayern Munich? And you would assume that Alaba's on a different level to Emerson. So, you know, I think that Emerson did okay for the player he is, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that it does. He's going to improve now with more game time he's getting. And it's good to know that obviously Sarri is rating him. Simon King, thank you Simon King for the super chat, bro. Support Bluelions TV. Really appreciate that, means a lot. Of course, Barkley back in the setup. I mean, who else is going to play in midfield? Let's be serious. There's no one else. Kovacic to replace Jorginho makes sense. He needs a bit of a rest himself, so makes a lot of sense. Okay, hard users. Boom. 1 second, you guys. Got to remove the spam. But Hazard starting. He needs to start on a big game like this. You know, we need to secure it against Slavia Prague. And I got to say, I have to give respect to Slavia Prague. I really like their approach playing against us. They've got confidence. They feel they can do something. They're playing football to try and win the game too. I thought they put in a really good performance against us last time. By far the best team we faced in this tournament so far. Respect to them and what they're doing. Their energy, you know, they're aggressive. They get in your faces. And, you know, a lot of application too. So, you know, we do have to show some respect to them. And it makes sense that Sarri is having to rely upon Hazard. People might complain about Hudson-Odoi. I mean, he's a bit of a rest. I don't think it's too deep in my opinion. Wouldn't be surprised to see him coming on later on during this game as well. Giroud starting makes a lot of sense too. So this lineup, it's a very sensible one in regards to the context of, you know, our previous loss to Liverpool. So there's no complaints from me when it comes to that. But of course, you guys, you have the opportunity to ask me any questions you want. I'll answer them. I'm going to be ending this stream maybe 10 minutes before the game starts. So it's going to be like a quick one for today. But let me start. Avon. Personally, I feel Hazard leaving satisfying because I feel we do not deserve him at this point in time. What about you? Oh, I mean, if you told me this last season, yeah. But I think with the projects we have, I think there's potential. There's a lot of room to grow for us too. And I think that it's kind of disappointing that Hazard's not going to be there to oversee, you know, guys like Hudson-Odoi, guys like Ruben. You know, he's just starting to play with them a bit more. It's a shame that, you know, he's only here for a short amount of time. You know, talks that if we potentially get a Pepe too for next season. It's a shame not to see Hazard and Pepe linking up. I mean, the movement. Hazard's movement is elite in behind. Doesn't get no credit for that. Pepe is elite. Imagine what these two could provide for the team if they were playing together. Similar to how Mane and Salah do their thing, but you know, what if? Other questions. Boom. Jay Scheller, how you doing, man? Luis Campos links with Roma agreement. I need to find out more. I have asked the people I know. Of course, I have explained what it's like with the sources Obviously, I'm not going to be pestering them every 5 minutes, asking about this, asking about that. I mean, I'm lucky enough to hear the stuff I do. I want to keep that relationship. I'm not a self-serving guy that's like in it for myself. So I just got to respect if I get something or not. And, you know, the fun of it is that you guys, I can provide more context to you if, you know, obviously there's a story out there and there's not enough information on it. Or I can tell you guys some stories in advance for their release. So, you know, we'll see what happens with Campos. If I find anything, of course, expect me to release a video on Blue Lions TV. Motion Khan, NiiNii, any interest in Joao Felix? We're looking at him, monitoring. I think interest for me implies that we're making an effort to try and sign the player. I haven't heard anything in regards to that. But yes, Kamal AA, how you doing, man? If you guys want to help support another up-and-coming Chelsea content creator, his name is Kemal AAA, you know, KEMALAA. Go check him out. You know, your videos are, you know, you're improving a lot more, man. It's good. Keep at it. You know, I'm enjoying the stuff we're producing. Your question is there any chance we can still keep Hazard? For me, it's always come down to Real Madrid. That's what it's going to come down to. If they want him or not. It seems like they do want him. Let's see if maybe Marina can maybe, you know, slow their progress down. For me, the guy can't leave for less than 100 mil. I'm sorry. If you want him Real Madrid, you cough that money up. It's as simple as that. Okay, Priya. Yo, what you saying? Sid. Oh, shit, I lost it. Sorry, bro. Okay, Sid, it's good that finally Odoi and Ruben are in the main team, 1000%. And now they've improved, you know, they're better off the ball, and they're going to be better players for that in the future. Prague Rai, hey NiiNii, do you think we have a chance of keeping it? I think I answered something like that earlier. With Chelsea, would you prefer a young attack with Jovic, Hudson-Odoi and Pulisic, or a City approach with an experienced striker older than the wingers like Immobile or Icardi? Now, for me, when it comes to Icardi, I don't want us to sign the guy, and I guarantee, if we sign someone like Icardi, the amount of hate he would get, because don't expect this guy to press, don't expect this guy to run, don't expect him to play people in, don't expect him to be good in the build-up. He's just a goal scorer. Now, he's got some merits to that, but for me personally, to accommodate a player like that, you have to be perfect in every other aspect. I mean, it's okay for Inter, they play everything towards him, but it's not going to be like that for us. I don't think Icardi is the guy for us, in my opinion. Immobile, hey, it's a different story. It's interesting, but it depends on the market. I think if Jovic is out there, of course, Frankfurt just exercised the right to sign him now, so that means that they'll be keeping all the profits. That's going to be interesting to see who comes in. The dad came out recently to state that Jovic ain't interested in going to Barcelona, which makes a lot of sense, and it makes you respect the player even more because he's serious about his ability and what he can do. And if you go to Barcelona now, with Messi playing where he is, what the hell is Jovic going to do there? He's barely going to get game time, so it excites me. It does excite me because it's a possibility that, you know, we could be getting a guy like this if we do our due diligence and if we come in with a good bid. I prefer for us to go for someone like that, in my opinion. You know, I think now with a guy like Sarri who can work alongside him and improve him as a player. And before anyone tries to say anything to me about Sarri not developing players, just please, just end that argument. I think it's best for us in our long-term future to go for a young, inexperienced guy like Jovic. But okay, Yuvan, who do you think Chelsea should buy if the ban is delayed? Ooh. I think I normally do this, but I like to see it like a Ziyech. I do like Pepe. I'm not going to lie, I haven't put too much thought into it. I don't normally do, but yeah, they're the type of profile of players that I like. I think Jovic, I'd love to see him come. I think he'd be a priority signing, in my opinion. He'd future-proof us up front for how many years too, so you're definitely going for him. Michael, if Hazard ends up staying and we sign Pepe, that front line though, wow. Rayhart, okay, shit, I missed that one. Dranids, do you think we will have this summer transfer? Or what is the update on the ban? I haven't had any update recently, but just from the stories I've reported to you guys, and the stories are out there as well from the press, I've just got this optimism that we are probably going to get at least one window before we do get a ban. I think all we need is one window, in my personal opinion. You know, we are definitely going to get a ban because of what we've done. That's the reality of it. But the severity is the question. If this, you know, obviously, if the outcome's bad from this one, we can take it with the court of arbitration. So we still have like a, you know, another opportunity to get a favourable outcome. And with them, there's a possibility that they'd be much more favourable than UEFA. So, you know, let's be optimistic here. Joe Phillips, Nini, do you think it would be better for us to have the transfer ban, as then we can actually build a squad from grassroots rather than buying our way through? Now, yeah, 100% agree, man. I've been talking about that before in lots of videos. I like the idea of, you know, using our youth players. I mean, come on, we've got some of the best coaching on the planet. Why do you think that these guys consistently are doing bits in the youth academy? I'm hearing amazing things about the under-16s as well. And it seems now, with everything, that maybe Chelsea might finally be waking up about using young players, believing in them, integrating them into the team. I mean, this season, I'd have to say it's probably the best season ever for the loan army, because so many players have been on point, have been doing big things with their, you know, loanee clubs. So it's just letting you know now that the quality is there. There's no excuse. It's just opportunities. And I think with the transfer ban, that's what you get. And with a guy like Sarri, who's worked with youngsters throughout his entire coaching career, I think we finally got the manager that could help elevate their game and make them better players. Got a super chat, Jay Scheller. Thank you, bro, for that. You always support me all the time, man. It means a lot. Odds of Alonso leaving before next season, I haven't heard anything about that, to be fair. But anything can happen as the season goes on. Ideally, and I think probably like 90% of us agree with this, but I think Alonso, you're being good for us, but you're not going to help us get better. I love to see us have that type of ruthlessness, you know. We used to have that. Remember guys like a Wright Phillips, you know, after like 1.5 seasons, it's like, nah, sorry, you're not doing bits now. Get out of it. We're not doing that anymore now. And it's a bit of a shame, but I think I would do that with Marcos Alonso, because what's he providing and what's he done this season? Okay. Mo Yusuf, do you agree with the sentiment that Sarri has implemented youth more than any other Chelsea manager? Yeah, of course. I mean, that's one thing I've been saying in so many videos. That is the reality. I know that, you know, I'm not saying Sarri's perfect. People keep misconstruing. Just because he's using them better and not using them in a patronising manner doesn't mean that he's been like 10 out of 10. But this is a good, positive development we've needed. You know, he's the first one to use Ruben in his best position. He's used Hudson-Odoi in a lot of big games, key games, plugging in him. And he's given these guys goals. He's been like, you know what? If you want to play, you've got to be good at this aspect. It wasn't like that before with Conte and Mourinho and lots of other guys. Let's not forget that. I mean, I'm sure most of you have read that article that De Bruyne came out with for the Player Tribune or whatever it's called. Amazing. That's the context he painted and everything. And Mourinho, he said that he barely spoke to Mourinho, barely even had a conversation. And the 2 times he spoke, Mourinho's sticking it on him, telling him you're 6th, and if matter goes, you're going to be 5th. How is that developing the guy? De Bruyne, you told De Bruyne you're guaranteed to be 5th. That's implying that there's going to be no hope in hell for this guy to ever get more game time or have any crucial part in the team. Sarri's not doing that, and I don't understand why Sarri gets more stick than guys like this back in the day. Have you not seen all the top guys that left because of poor management from these guys? Everyone's talking about how Mourinho and Conte are winners. They had much better squads, but what did they do the following season after they won the league? They weakened the team because players got pissed off, players got sold, players wanted to leave. You know, we lost so many great players. I mean, I don't know, but I think people can't use that against Sarri at all. I think that's ridiculous in my opinion. And yeah. Oh, I don't think anyone is. I don't think none of the mods are here so far. Or the stupid spam. What losers? Like, I don't get the spam stuff. Like, no one will ever click on the link. Like, someone's taking the time out of their day to go and do this and like find a random stream. Dead. Okay. Other questions. Vikram. Pedro is more likely to leave than Willian, though. Willian seems happy to stay for another. Yeah, I think so. I think. Come on. You're at that age now where, you know, he's in his 30s. He's not going to get any better. We've seen that he's on the decline. If he's in London, good wages, good retirement package. So, you know, I don't blame him. Yo, any mods here, by the way? Yeah. Okay. This is getting really annoying now. Apologies for this, you guys. Let me find one question as I wait for a mod. James, hi, Nini. Get something like Nightbot to block people from commenting external links. You know what, you guys? I'll tell you, I'm not that good with like tech stuff, so I'm gonna look into that, and I have it sort of for the next stream. So say for that, James Hydes. Antor 17 NiiNii, is there a chance Redan and Castillo could go on a pre-season tour? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. We'll see what this Ajax team are doing now. And it's kind of mad that obviously Redan left us. Left Ajax to come to us. Even when that signing happened in the first place, I was thinking, it seems a bit mad to want to leave Ajax to come to us, you know, and just like hearing how cynical that Redan and Castillo are, like, you know, talking about how they have like no future here, basically. I mean, it was always going to kind of be the case. They're fantastic talents, though. This is the frustrating thing. I mean, Castillo is a baller. He really is. If he was like in a Southampton academy, he'd be playing in the Premier League now, and everyone's raving about him, everyone's talking about him. This is how we bottleneck our youth players consistently every single time. It is getting annoying. I'm not gonna lie, this is why I'm kind of happy about the transfer ban, because it's the only way. We need a massive extreme to have the possibility to start bringing these guys in. Castilla, with how he plays, he could do something. Redan as well, how he leads the line, how he presses, he can play across the front three, movement in behind, finishing, dribbling. It's annoying, you guys, it's annoying. Yeah, I might have to, this is getting annoying. Alright, Moji, NiiNii, love your content. What is your honest opinion about Nicolas Pepe? Would you find it difficult in the Premier League? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think he would. I think playing in this team, with the players that we have and the style of the system too, I think that he would really complement things and keep things moving, not gonna lie. You know, his game's about just the off the ball movement. I think his first touch, his dribbling's good. No, I think he could work, and it's like, we know how Sarri likes to play. We've got that focus on the left hand side, we leave the right wing isolated. Imagine Nicolas Pepe cutting inside with his left foot with that space too, 1v1. Alright, cool. Richmond, please, is it true that Roman is selling? Nope, it's not true whatsoever. And yeah, that reminded me of something. When I released that video, a news video not too long ago, was speaking about the bids and, you know, interested parties that want to try and sign, you know, buy the club. I was obviously referencing the Daily Mail. You know, I make it quite clear when I, you know, give my opinions, when I reference sources, and I give my own sources. But I think the Daily Mail said something that Roman is the first time this season he hasn't bought a hospitality books. I got told, like, literally like a few hours after that video went out, that was like wrong. He does have his boxes. I can't say the specific amount, but he just didn't buy one box because he's got quite a lot of them. So it's weird press. It doesn't make any sense, because it's like, I mean, how poor is the journalism to get something like that wrong? Unless they did it on purpose to gas the story a bit to get more clicks and earn more revenue. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, I haven't told you guys, but my sister, she's doing bits right now, not gonna lie, very smart girl. She's working at the BBC, a young prodigy over there, they're saying. And she just tells me just how cynical the nature of like media is. How most stories we read are like stories that are going to be profitable. And I think that's one thing we forget all the time, just how cynical this world is. Everything's about who's going to profit from it, how you're going to make money from it, even to our news, you know what I mean? So it's sad, but that's the nature of how this shit works. Antonio, yes, bro. Do you think we can convert Pepe into a striker like a Martial? 100% we can, 100%. And, you know, I wouldn't even be surprised if one day he did evolve to be that type of forwards, because, you know, he doesn't play as a winger. He does play as like a forward in that sense anyway. But I prefer him maybe starting on the right-hand side. I think that there's a benefit to obviously not playing close to your opposition defenders. We've seen, like with Ronaldo's and Salah's and stuff, the guys that have their starting positions out wide but then make their infield runs, late man runs in the books, it gets defenders out every single time. I think if we use Pepe up front, it might limit his like freedom when it comes to his movement. It could work though, but I think keeping him on the right hand side with that left foot is more important in my opinion. Jovic would be sick with him. Let's see if that happens. Jamoy, Nini, do you think Chelsea should follow the Ajax template and try incorporating older players with a predominantly youthful side? I mean, I wouldn't even Ajax template is it not just like the common sense template? I mean, I've done quite a lot of streams over the years doing this channel. The conclusion that we've always come to in every stream most times is that that's how we should be blooding in youth. We've got to have the experience alongside them. There's been no excuse on Chelsea's part in regards to that's how poor we've been implementing youth. No excuse because we've got some of the best guys in Europe for their age. Is it a surprise that we beat the Ajax team that had like De Ligt and Van der Beek? No, because we beat every youth team back then because our guys were the best. But look how we treat them, you know. It was disgraceful, really disgraceful. But I'm hoping now, too many of them are doing too well for this club to not take them seriously and start to use them. And I've been stressing every time, you guys, they understand what it means to play for us because they've been playing for us since they were 8 years old, most of them. They've been winning trophies every single year at a youth age. You know what it means to play under pressure, what it means to play for the badge as well. Why do you think all of them want to play for us? For me, it would be crazy if all our best guys wanted to dip and bounce immediately. Every player's ambition is to put the shot on for us in the first team. And I like that type of stuff, I do. Maybe I'm looking into it too much, but I like the idea that you get that mental boost playing for us where, you know, it means more for you what you're doing. You know, it means more for you entertaining the fans and doing your thing. That's the type of spirit we need. That's the Chelsea spirit that we can get back at this club. But it's crazy that it might take something as extreme as a transfer ban, but so be it, you know. I think in the future, let's say 10 years from now, because we're going to be the same fans, and who knows, hopefully I'm still doing this in 10 years time. But we'll look back and we'll be like, thank God for that transfer ban. I guarantee. Now everyone complains because, you know, I understand it's the present, but it's not as if we're not going to be Chelsea fans in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, until let's be serious, until we die. You know what I mean? So, okay, the Prince. I hate that we are going for top players when Hazard is leaving and not to play with Hazard. Yeah, it's a shame, but it's down to the player, you know, if the club have done enough. I've reported how many times on the crazy amounts of money we've offered him to stay. If he's not on it, he's not on it. Of course, we could have prevented this if we were well run previously when he was first here, but you know, it wasn't to be. Hanif, thank you, bro. Nini, you are the best. Keep up the good work. Appreciate that. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I don't really see myself as the best. I've you know, the channel still isn't at the level I want it to be on. It's getting there though, every single time. Of course, there was a big revamp this season. Next season, there's going to be a bigger revamp. So that's what I mean, you guys. I just want to produce like the best content, keep things running. I'll tell you what, you guys had this thing called tactical pads. Because I was looking at my match previews and I'm thinking, yeah, the watch time's quite good. People watch it. But how can I make the video better? I need to have visual representation of like the tactical shit I'm talking about. Tactical pads works for that. It will take me a while to understand how to use the software, but once it's ready, you guys, I think you'll enjoy a lot of my videos even more. And I think that I could possibly start doing like, let's say after every game, I could do like a tactics video on it, just breaking down the tactics using clips and tactical pad and footage, and you know what I mean, just elevate everything. Goody, thank you, bro. Will Tammy be in the squad next season? Any news on Tomori? I haven't heard anything about these guys just yet. I'm not going to be surprised. I mean, let's be serious. Until we find out what's going to happen with this transfer ban, we're not going to hear too much about players' futures just yet. But once we find the conclusion for that, it's going to be a lot of news coming out in a short time. So, you know, there's nothing I'm hearing on that just yet. But, you know, I'll get back to you guys when I do. Okay. Matthew, tell us, I've gone back and looked at the videos you posted before. Ones I watched back then, and the change in quality and your confidence is pretty amazing, to be honest. Thank you, bro. Real talk, you guys. Well, my previous videos, I kind of cringe at them. I really cringe at my previous videos. The way I talk is weird. The way I do things, it just wasn't good. I appreciate you guys even sticking with me because I can't even watch them. But I just told myself I've got to improve, I've got to analyze what I'm doing wrong. And for me, I've never really been a social media guy. Like, I've never had an Instagram, never been active on Facebook really. I only made Twitter because of the channel, and that's my only social media. So it's just not in my psyche to, you know what I mean, like put my face out there and be a showy person. I'm not that at heart, but obviously I'm a fan. I got a passion for the club too. I wanted an outlet to talk about my love for the club, and you know, you two made a lot of sense. Stealthy Ninja, Nini, would you have Depay or Jovic? It would be Jovic for me because he scores goals. I mean, Depay just doesn't score enough playing there. So, nah, it would be Jovic for me all day. Andy Salmon, Aspilicueta should have been on the bench. We should have been playing Zappa. I mean, no, let's not talk about Zappa. He's not good enough. I mean, the only reason he's here is because his move fell through. He's not good enough. He doesn't deserve to play because he's just not good enough. Okay, Liam Badston, realistic team for next season. Oh, it's a long one, man. I'm not going to be here for too long. Lorenzo Lopez, do you think if Prime Busquets or Pirlo will receive the same criticism as Jorginho? I think so. I think so. I just don't think Premier League fans like that style of player. I've said it's okay to not appreciate a certain style of player. It's okay, you know what I mean? But I think that maybe Pirlo's and Busquets would get the same thing, because to use players like that, the rest of the team has to be on point. And if they're not, which we haven't been this season consistently, you're going to get exposed essentially, because these guys, you know, they're not playing in the base for their defensive ability. Even though Busquets he's better defensively than Jorginho, is he like elite defensively that you'd prefer like your defensive mid or something? Of course not. But those guys aren't playing in the base midfield for their defensive ability. It's for their ability to kickstart attacks. So, you know, I mean, it's annoying, but I think over time, I think the next season, if we're looking better, people are going to appreciate it. So, it's not too bad. Okay, Moji, Nini, would you like Sarri to stay? Yes. If he gets sacked, who would you want him to replace him with? If Sarri was to get sacked, I want us to keep it within the club, honestly. I don't understand why better clubs can do that and get success, but it's too good for us to do. You know, when Real Madrid and Barcelona, their pressure to succeed with those two clubs is much higher than anything to do with us. Yet they can look within their, their structure, promote their BT managers. Yeah, I know it's like Guardiola's and Zidane's, you know, two top players for them. But I mean, we didn't do that with Lampard. You know what I mean? So I would like to see us bring back a Lampard, in my honest opinion. I'd like to see something like that. I think that I'm just thinking of the long term. If we brought back a player that understands the club, hopefully we can attract back more players to have roles within this club and get like a footballing culture at the top. That's the most important thing we need, you guys. I don't trust the footballing culture we have with people like Marina and Scott and Bruce and other guys like that. I mean, Bruce coming out to state that, you know, Pulisic was purely a commercial deal. That makes a lot of sense. I understand that. Maybe, okay, I'm sounding a bit sleek. From a business point of view, it's right, because that's their job to, you know, generate money and income, because the more money we generate, the more we can reinvest back into ourselves. But a part of me does feel too, like, obviously, we're not that club just yet. You know, we aren't one of the best teams in the country like we used to be. We're not even one of the best teams in Europe anymore. Are we top 10 in Europe? I don't even think we are anymore, which is a big worry for me. Can we really afford to be investing 60-something million in a Pulisic, and a player that I don't think will be playing first team week in, week out? And isn't that great compared to guys we have? I'm sorry, Hudson-Odoi is better than Pulisic in every aspect. That's the type of stuff that worries me a bit, you know. And it's like, if the board can just decide to sign players like that and force managers to have to find a way to use them, then for me it's showing that we haven't really learned from any of our previous lessons back in the day. So there's that. Yeah, this is really annoying. Give me one sec, you guys. I'm gonna apologize for, you know, all the bots in this chat. Honestly, I don't think I've ever had this many before. Okay, Nitska, I'm gonna make you a mod for right now. Thanks for backing it. Okay, Alex S, Reece James, right back or midfield. I think he could do both roles if it needed to, but I mean, he would have to start right back for me. Yeah, right back, because where we need him. Moshin Khan. Where is it? Nini, as a fan, always wanted to see us compete in the Champions League with Hazard. It's a shame we didn't sign class players to play with him. Messed up the Hazard era. We messed it up with this useless transfer policy, and it's like, is there an excuse? How can a club like Liverpool get it right? That's, you know what, in like 3 seasons, look at the shit they're doing right now. One of the best teams in Europe, um, outspending us, able to attract better players than us. It's the strategy and the vision. That's all it is. I mean, we can do that, but do we have a board that cares about the footballing ambition or the business ambition? That's the issue that we've always had. That's always been the issue. I mean, why do you think the loan army is a thing? It was never about even blooding players in. It was about, okay, they're 22 now. Are they good enough? No. Move them on. We've made money from them. It's only now that with the pressures of the fans, finally, after all these years, I don't know what took fans so long to get aboard promoting and supporting the youth. It's taken Sarri, it's taken a transfer ban, something as extreme to really get these idiots thinking about what we're going to do efficiently, you know. But I'm going to be here for like 2 more minutes, you guys. I got to keep it moving. Okay. Faz Ahmed, well, the mods, yeah, they're not here today. But again, I was supposed to have started this earlier, but my internet connection's been dead and I just couldn't stream. But nah, this is actually really crazy though. Like, this is fully crazy. I'm even manually like closing these guys down. Coming here with a vengeance. Wow. Okay. Mark Blaze, we need someone. Yeah, we do. We do. All the mods, come back. Where's all the mods today? COYB, it took De Bruyne and Salah for fans to realise we need to use our youth. Even with De Bruyne and Salah leaving, it took most of the fan base. Not even all of them. Not even all of them. And the amount of excuses that people made for Mourinho for not using Salah and De Bruyne, and I'm so happy that information behind the scenes is coming out now. To think how Mourinho was treating De Bruyne, disgraceful. He's a checkbook manager. I'll always have respect for him for what he's done, but I don't like how he's become right now. And to think that a talent in De Bruyne, one of the best in his position in the world we had, got rid of him, didn't even give him a chance because of his own bias. And this is one thing we don't want to accept as fans. Managers just have their bias and favourites. But humans, end of the day, it's just what we do. George, this is my dad. Nini, do you think Reece James is ready for the first team? Easily ready. Have you seen some of the shit that's been playing for us? Come on now, easily ready. I'll play one more question before I keep it moving. Liam Badson, could Alaba be a good option as they sign Hernandez? It'd be interesting. It would be. Left back is a curious one. I do feel like if we just invested in what we have already and had patience and developed Jada Silva, who this guy I fully rate because it's been 2 seasons in a row now. Managers have kind of underestimated him due to his lack of physicality and height. But over time, as he always does, he fights back, gets his position back. Managers are like, why the hell wasn't I using this guy in the first place? And he just grows and grows and improves and improves. And now people are saying that he's one of the best left backs in the championship. I mean, the guy's a top talent. He's always been a top talent. Why won't this club just have some balls and cojones and just use him? Castillo as well. If there's one thing that Ajax taught us, is that you can't put a price on players understanding each other's game. And this is what I keep stressing about football being a team game. It's about understanding the players you're playing with, and the better the understanding is, the better the football is. We've seen how long have guys like Castillo and Mount and Hudson-Odoi and all these guys play together. We could introduce a lot of these guys into the team immediately and get things kick-started straight away. It's happened at Lyon, Barcelona. It's happened with Ajax too. So many examples. My thing's always been, you've got probably the best academy in the world. Why is this a risk? Why is it a risk? But you guys, I'm going to have to actually keep it moving. I do want to say apologies again for the chat. I mean, some of these accounts, man, it's actually really crazy. I'm going to make sure that I communicate with mods in advance to make sure that this shit is just running smooth from now on. Apologies for that. But I need to just get ready, have my quick munch, get ready to watch the game. I'll see you guys later for the match review, so stay tuned for that. NiiNiiFC. I ruined that. I ruined that outro. I'm NiiNiiFC. This is BlueLionsTV. Signing out.